Mercedes is on pole position. That's the pit wall side. That is Raffaele Marcello alongside the GPX Racing Porsche as we get a push, and Lapelli's already been very, very quick off the line. He's gone from fourth to sort of third and a half, but not backing out. Oscar Tunjo keeping the power down, but Marcello's done what he needs to do. He's got his nose in front. They're 4 wide in behind. It's going to be danger into the first corner. Almost getting around the outside the GPX Racing Porsche. That's had to come off the power pin. Marcello has got away as the rest are trying to jockey for position. So for the 88 ACA ASP Mercedes, that's very good. And for Marco Lapelli, he's going from fourth to third. And also the Hout Racing Team Mercedes, Lucas Stoltz has gone from 7th up to about 4th.
Look at the dust around the outside of turn 3. Cars way in and totally off the racetrack. Good start by Marco Lapelli, but even better start, in fact, by Earl Bamber. He looked like he was about to try and shut the door on the 88 Mercedes into turn 1, but he thought the wiser of it, backed out, and of course contact behind. And that's the 30 and the 30 and 31 Audi getting tagged.
It's Tomita who's getting a little bit busy down. No, sorry, it's Frank Byrne, I beg your pardon. Tomita takes over later in the race, but it's pretty tidy, bearing in mind we're trying to get 46 cars around the track. But the one who's really lost out down in that first corner sort out was Oscar Tunjo, fallen down the order some real margin. He started from third and he's tumbled back.
Oscar Tunjo got squeezed out to the right. He was handling 2 wheels of his right side of the car were on the grass. He kicked up a load of dust and he had to back out of it just to make sure everything stayed on track and didn't get squeezed. But the 87 just trying to dive down inside one of the Iron Lynx Ferraris. That looks like it's all over the racetrack. And that, I think, is a 51 Ferrari. That looks not a particularly nice handling car. The sister car there coming through right now in 6th place.
But Earl Bamber's starting to haul him in a little bit in second place.
I think Robin Friends has gotten ahead of Lapalainen. The Audi, I think, just looking back and see it's ahead of the Lamborghini, running now behind Christian Engelhardt. So Robin Friends makes up another position on the second lap. Oh, and the number 57.
Well, that's Russell Ward, who has rotated. Did he actually touch the wall? Well, he certainly tumbled down the order. Yeah. So one faller, that's not bad. He's down in 33rd position. But at the front end, it's all pretty even Stevens. And if you're looking for the first time with a car that you don't recognise too much, it's the BMW M4 GT3. That's Jetty Crone's hand down in 17th place. Would be in the background of the shot as they go through the chicane just coming in the shot right now with a different nose on it there, the white, blue and red livery of BMW Motorsport. Nicholas Nielsen started 11th, championship leader, still down in 11th. If suddenly, oh dear, I talked about the Ram Racing Mercedes never having much luck. Sam DeHaan sitting sideways off the track. So we've already had the 57 Mercedes
safety car
going out and the safety car is out. So the field will bunch up. And that was just actually, I thought Earl Bamber was starting to eat closer to Raffaele Marcello, but then it went the other way. 1.3 seconds was the gap, but the safety car, of course, will compress that. It'll come down to nose to tail running.
Interestingly, it's not a full course yellow. Let's watch and see where the contact is. Well, as you see, the left rear of the Mercedes was blowing rubber off, and that's the contact with the 488 Ferrari, and that will also, no doubt, get the attention of the race director and stewards, because that was, wow, look at that run away. The Bauwell Motorsport Lamborghini went really rally crossing, and it's lost out big time in its efforts to avoid contact with possibly the Mercedes stuck in the sand and the gravel track.
Oh dear, right at the tail of the field.
Yamaguchi.
Championship challenger, the 19 Lamborghini off the circuit. It is rejoining. Is there any damage? Okay, it's an outside shot in the Pro-Am title race behind.
So Hamaguchi's on the inside of the Aston. I don't know whether the Aston knew the Lamborghini was there, but it sort of felt to me, looking at it, that there was really not enough space to shut the door on the Lamborghini, as we've just seen.
The sun's starting to come out at various points on the circuit. That may lead to a little increase in tyre temperature, which won't particularly help tyre life. That thing all drivers have to consider. Two things that are T and L: track limits and tyre life. Both have to be thought about very seriously here in Spain.
Well, clearly the influence is going to have the bigger input is going to be how you use your tyres. And if you are caught in traffic and you're not able to drive the way, for example, the race leader is doing, he's using the racetrack to his own advantage. He's now pulled out a 3-point-second advantage over second place Earl Bamber in the process, going, still has the fastest race lap, but also is now the fastest sector time in sector 2. So Raffaele Marcello in that clear air, choosing wherever he wants to place the Mercedes. Yeah, you can see over the previous 3 laps just how much. Well, it was only by a tenth here, 2 tenths there, 2 tenths again. But bit by bit, the gap was, well, the really couldn't come across is now 8 tenths of a second. In fact, that's probably stretched fractionally more in the favour of the Porsche. As you look at Ben Barnicoat and the McLaren, as it's battling away with Stein Stonehouse for that 15th position.
Certainly a few places gained here and there by the McLaren. Next target, Steinschott, also on his return to the series. But I really think at this point in the race, Earl Bamber is Raffaele Marcello's friend. Now let's take a look at some action further down the field. There's the Walker Horse number, it's the Buisson Gignon car, Karim Ujay, pulling across on a car that's been off the track once and has had side contact again. It's the car that's second in the Pro-Am class, Hiroshi Hamaguchi. Now, will he have picked up a puncture with that side-on contact?
I mean, I'm not quite sure that was a viable overtake by the Lamborghini, but anyway, Hamaguchi went for it, and the BMW took its line in the contact, and there's damage to the bottom of the front bodywork of the BMW on the left-hand side. Apparently, there has been a deflating front tyre. There's not a huge amount of action down at the Buisson Gignon pit, so the car is up on those air jacks. And somebody is looking at it. It's off the jacks now, and well, I'm just sitting watching from the commentary position. It's gone up and again the jacks, then it's down again on the jacks. Not quite sure what the team wants to do. Let's look and see again a replay of what's there. Is the Buisson Gignon coming down the inside of the number 11 Ferrari down into turn one. Oh, there we go. Now the car, is that the second incident it's been involved with? I think it is, because the damage was already on that right front of the number 11 Ferrari.
And he's lapping easily faster than those behind. There may be some traffic coming up. We've had a few cars scrambling through the pits for puncture repairs and drive-through penalties, but Marcello, another lap under his belt.
Wow, is he going to go? I'm just watching again to see what Drouet was doing. He wants to get through. I think that might be the Buisson Gignon car directly ahead, and we know how quick the BMW is in a straight line. But there he is and runs. Whoa, this is the opportunity that Nielsen looked for, because Drouet got compromised. The BMW compromised Drouet, and that is a gift, an absolute gift for Nicholas Nielsen, and he was waiting for that opportunity as Drouet tries to come back and find out. Look, Marcus Winkelhock likewise saw that, read it well, and was almost able to make a pass on the Mercedes for him to make up one more position.
So that is, every point counts, and that one could be crucial come the end of the championships. That was patience rewarded. The first of the driver change pit stops is happening right now. It's the 31 Audi that's coming to pit lane. Frank Bird is climbing out. I can't see if it's Valdemar Eriksson or Riachiro Tomita. We'll find out soon who's taken over. But they've got the empty pit lane in which to perform their craft. They were stuck in traffic. Wise choice to be made.
Ferrari in trouble, coming out of turn 5.
That was the second of the Rinaldi Racing Ferraris. Had its moment, but didn't interrupt the dynamic motorsport Porsche behind it, which is thankful indeed. Let's take a look. Did it jump or was it pushed? Is that Andrea Cordarelli in 63 Lamborghini? Well, I'm not sure if there was even any contact, but I think he just had his eyes on the mirror and just braked too late, John. What do you think?
Well, the danger is that was a pro car tagging a Pro-Am car, and it'll be Manuel Luc behind the wheel. That in itself will be looked at, because it is a no-no. Well, there you go. I mean, it's very difficult to tell if it was the lightest of kisses. Virtually, that's what it would have been. So that will be investigated likewise, and that's the sort of move that Andrea Caldarelli may live to regret.
We have 46 cars starting this race. We've still got 43 runners. We've lost Sam Dehaan in the Ram Racing Mercedes. We've lost Martin Tomczyk in the number 35 Walk and Horse Motorsport BMW, and Alexander West in the 188 Aston Martin. They went out early on, but since then about another 30 plus laps have passed, and it's all clean and tidy, particularly if you're the 88 ACA ASP Mercedes.
Drive-through penalty to car 19 for causing a collision with car 10.
Okay, that's Hiroshi.
And the drive-through penalty to car 63 plus 1 behavior point for causing a collision with car 488.
Well, the 488 Ferrari is the one at the background of the shot, but 63 in one announcement. We've had 2 of the 3 orange one FFF Racing Lamborghinis, and we might have a place change on the track, but a drive-through penalty is coming for the car that's doing the overtaking, not quite making it effect. And so Andrea Cordarelli, this is their championship challenge about to be spiked just as he was trying to gain another position and another handful of points. And had he got up into second place and not had to drive through penalty, that would have put the 63 crew into the championship lead, and suddenly it's unravelling.
That may well be a full course yellow if that car cannot regain under its own power. It's stuck at a crucial part of the racetrack. So halfway, Jens Lieberhauser behind the wheel in the second half.
Well, there we go. Of course, the pit stops, after the pit stops, 4 positions gained on the track by the 51 Iron Lynx Ferrari. That's why it's moved ahead on current points, if they finish as they are, to go to the top of the table again. But they came here with this huge 13-point advantage in the Endurance Cup. And now it's working in their favour at the moment. But suddenly big moments.
Oh dear me.
87, that was the car that was very, very well placed in the Silver Cup class, but a little bit of a wobble
Tereshchenko behind the wheel, I think, in that one.
It is Konstantin Tereshchenko. If it finishes as it are, the WRT Audi will not take the Endurance Trophy. And that is another moment for Jens Liebhauser, visiting parts of the circuit where that car didn't want to be, unfortunately.
I thought I noticed a bit of bodywork looking awry, and it's that car has been punchboard and countersunk pretty much all afternoon.
Pit stops of car 22 and car 93 under investigation.
Pit stops 93 and 22.
When the drive-through penalty is served, that will be fighting for second and third positions. But I still believe that, I don't know, let's not guess where the 22 Porsche is going to come back out when it serves its time, maybe further down the order.
That's
so difficult. A replay of traffic, and this is the championship leader giving the 51 Ferrari giving a push, the car that's second in the championship, going to the event. Rouget is going to catch the pair of them and maybe pass them.
Let's look and see how Rouget did this. This is coming into turn 13. Oh, took a real lunge down the inside, was good on the brakes, and Ledegar was caught unaware by that pass and wasn't able to respond. So that is a pretty impressive move by young Arthur Rouget, and Tom Ledegar, the much more experienced driver, was sort of wrong-footed in that one.
As it was before the second round of pit stops, the number 4 Mercedes being attacked, and this time it looks as though the Porsche may get ahead, but Cairoli's keeping his options limited. He looked to the outside, half a hint of going to the inside. He's trying to hang it down around the outside of turn 1. Is this going to work? He's got in front.
Wow.
He made the fumble last time around, a half fumble there, and around the outside perhaps the number 4 Mercedes will come back, but Cairoli by the skin of his teeth has managed to hold on to that position. I think back to some of those performance figures we saw. 3 of the 5 fastest times out of that final corner, turn 15 into 16, were Ferrari times. Bortolotti's got the handling, but he hasn't got the grunt down the straights. He's going to find a pass at some point, but all along as he attacks, he's taking life out of his tyres, almost alongside, almost a kiss out of turn 5. Turn 6, you'll see the Ferrari just about trying to come across. No, the move is done because he's half a car length and the Ferrari cannot turn in, and Fuoco had to accept defeat there.
Well, he's not going to. Oh, with the 222 Porsche, that's a left rear has either fallen off or has got a massive puncture. So that is
full course yellow coming. Wait for the full course yellow.
2, 1, full course yellow now.
Done deal. Bastian thinks about driving down the inside, but Dries van Thor's got that covered already.
Well, anybody who's trying to tot up the points tallies, and they keep on changing, and for Dries van Thor, 4th has become 3rd, and a potential 12 points has become 15. So 3 points gained in one overtaking manoeuvre, but all along looking to see the team be saying how many points are going to go to the 51 Iron Lynx Ferrari. That was leading on points. It's only a few positions further down the track, but that was an important move. Under 20 minutes to go. Dynamic Motorsport Porsche heading to second place in this race. And Dries van Thor, a few cars pulling out of the way. That's the Santilok Audi. Well done at this point in the race to do just that. Now, John, the replay.
Watch now. Dries van Thor is on the middle of the racetrack going into turn 3. Tries to get the undercut of Nico Bastian, who's going to run out naturally wider because of the 2 different angles of the car and approach. So he gets up alongside door handle to door handle, and at this point Dries van Thor is sufficiently alongside that Nico Bastian really had little option other than having a collision.
But it's getting busy in behind the GPX Racing. Porsche's making a move, and suddenly the 71 Ferrari is losing everything.
Did they ever get a 2 coming off turn 16? Well, that's caught everybody unawares. All of a sudden Dennis Lind is showing, looks good on the Porsche down the inside as well. Oh, wow.
And breathe in. Is everybody going to get the braking done into turn 1? That really was right. Let's shuffle the pack. That was extraordinary. But the way the 71 Ferrari has just tumbled down the order, has that got a puncture? Antonio Fuoco.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
Whether that was a cut down tower or whether that's been debris in the racetrack, but it was losing pace, and all of a sudden, now that car, if it stays on the racetrack, will be an issue for everybody. I think it's going to have to pull off. Otherwise, it'll have to come in at a very, very reduced pace. Otherwise, the tyre will flail around and do further damage. Was there contact? Yes, there was. The Lamborghini clipped the right rear. So that was the 163 hitting the right rear of the Ferrari. And that's where the damage was done. And still racing going on into these side battles. You've got the 90 Mercedes going through. Look how close it's getting down the hill. Ryan Mirko Bortolotti, can he go around them? No, he's got to cut back, and maybe that'll compromise into turn 7 and 8. So where's he going to be? Is there contact, side-to-side contact? But I think Bertolotti's got it done. Up the hill into turn 9. No. Yes. Yes.
And he does it. Well, you know, keep it to last. He probably thought the last one was the last lap, but he didn't get a move then, and this time he has. So up one more position. The points will swing a little bit, but that won't be enough. Gaining a couple of extra points there, but it won't be enough, surely. That effectively cost them the championship, but they've ended the season in style at a swoop and a swerve. So Felipe Fraga, Raffaele Marcello, and the driver who won the race in the end, Jules Gounon for ACA ASP. Joy all round, and Father Gounon there to cheer on as well. Second place, Matari Caroli. Third place, Dries Van Tor, who really pushed. They were all at sea, the Team WRT Audi crew, but just couldn't do quite enough. But there, Nicholas Nielsen on the pit wall, delighted with Combe Ledegar.
Buongiorno.